Hello everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing yet another album ranking. This time, Slipknot! Yay! The new album finally came out today. As of recording this, just came out today. The end so far. And I mean, yeah, I think it's time to rank all of Slipknot's albums. I haven't done it yet. I've been waiting for this album to come out to talk about it. And I'm just going to turn on the music real quick here. So that way you can hear me. And let's just get straight into it. We got 7 albums, so this will hopefully be a bit shorter. But you never know. It's Slipknot. It might take a while. But yeah, here we go. Let's just start with the self-titled album from 1999, and also let's just get rid of the D tier because there are no Slipknot albums that I think are that bad. So yeah, we'll just go from there. So, very first album is very, very good. I mean, I should say that Slipknot are one of my absolute favorite bands, so I'm probably going to talk very, very highly of all these albums. But, I mean, just, the debut album is just so heavy, so aggressive, and it's just brutal. Like, obviously, you got the obvious hits like Sick, Eyeless, Wait and Bleed, Surfacing, Spit It Out, which are really like the first 5 songs on the actual album, besides the intro track, of course. And obviously, there's other great songs like Liberate, Only One, I think, is underrated. Diluted's pretty good too. Scissors is really, really long. I think it's the longest song that Slipknot's ever done, and it's really weird and different, but I love it. And Eeyore is super brutal. Purity is also another really great song, but that's only on the 10th anniversary of the version of the album nowadays. I mean, I know when the album originally came out it was on there, but yeah, that's just something to talk about. But yeah, this is a very good debut, very strong album, and so we're gonna put it, I think, in A tier. And now we got Iowa. Now, Iowa is my personal favorite Slipknot album, so I mean, and People Equal Shit is my favorite Slipknot song of all time, probably. There's very few that I think are up there. Heretic Anthem is probably one of them. Left Behind. Even some of the other songs, like I really love I Am Hated, The Shape. Shape is probably one of my favorite songs. Gently is cool too. Metabolic's alright. Disaster Piece obviously is incredible. My Plague, Everything Ends. Yeah, just all around a fucking banger of a record. And I think it's still Slipknot's best. So we're gonna calmly put it in the S tier. And now we got Volume 3, the Subliminal Verses. A lot of people would probably put this up there, but personally, I mean, I enjoy the album. I don't think it's bad, but I don't know. It just doesn't hit quite the same as the last 2 albums and really any of the other albums in the discography. Obviously, there are great songs on this album, like, you know, besides the obvious hits like Duality, Before I Forget, Vermilion, both parts. There's some other pretty underrated songs like 3-0, The Blister Exists, Pulse of the Maggots, The Nameless, you know, all good songs. But yeah, I don't know. I like it still. I think it's worthy of a B. It's still pretty good, and I mean, those radio hits like really bump it up for me because I love those songs. You know, even though I've heard them a million times, I'll listen to them a million times more. And so we got 2008, All Hope Is Gone. Unfortunately, the last album with Joey Jordison and Paul Gray. May they both rest in peace. A lot of people really don't like this one, but I love it. I really love All Hope Is Gone. I mean, I don't love every song on it. It's not a complete 10 out of 10 for me, but it's almost there. Besides, you know, songs like Psychosocial, Sulfur, Dead Memories that obviously everybody knows are good. Snuff. But there are some underrated songs. I really love Vendetta, Gematria, The Killing Name. Gehenna is a pretty neat, like, atmospheric kind of song. This Cold Black, Wherein Lies Continue. That's a really underrated song right there. The title track. Yeah, again, this is just, it's almost full of bangers, and I don't understand why people aren't really vibing with it. But yeah, I think we're also gonna put All Hope Is Gone in the A tier. Point 5, The Great Chapter is next, the first album with V-Man and Jay Weinberg. And I gotta say, it is my least favorite Slipknot album. I still think it's good. I still think it's a very good album. It's just kind of like with Volume 3. It's just, it's a good album. I enjoy a good amount of the songs on it, but overall, it just doesn't hit as hard as some of the other ones. Like, obviously there are great songs like The Devil and I even like Kill Pop. It's a different kind of song, but I like it. The Negative One, and obviously Custer, which is probably the most popular song from the album. Well, Devil and I has way more streams, but I hear people talking about Custer more, I think. But yeah, Sarcastrophe isn't too bad. AOV, Skeptic's okay. Lech, I think is how you say that. That's a pretty cool song. But yeah, this album has a lot of, it's a very hit or miss album, because like you'll get a couple songs that are really good, and then you'll get a couple songs that are just kind of eh. And I think it's worthy of the C tier. But they came back 2019 with We Are Not Your Kind, and holy goddamn motherfucking shit, I love this album. I think it's one of their best in a long time. Like, seriously. My only real issue with the album is that of how many interludes there are on this album. There's 1, 2, 3... Oh, well, there's actually really only 3. I thought there was a lot more. But, I mean, the fact that they're there just kind of... I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of interludes and, like, intro songs. I think if they're... Especially with how short some of them are, I think it'd just be best to put them in as, like, the beginning of the next song rather than its own track. Just to make the track list seem longer, make the album seem longer than it actually is. But I mean, this album has some incredible songs like Unsainted, Nero Forte. I actually like Spiders. Obviously, Solway Firth is probably my favorite closing track on any Slipknot album. Yeah, I think that, yeah, it's definitely my favorite closing track on any Slipknot album. There's also really, like, cool songs that I don't think get as much attention, like Birth of the Cruel or Orphan. A Liar's Funeral, definitely. That is probably... Liar's Funeral is really fun to play on guitar. Critical Darling is pretty cool. Red Flag. I already talked about Spiders. Not Long for This World is decent. But yeah, overall just a fucking banger of an album. And I think it's worthy of the S tier. So that brings us to the new album, The End So Far. This is actually going to be a pretty damn short ranking, but I like this album. It's quite good. I'm glad there's no interludes on the album. Like, every track is a full song, so that has that going for it. I mean, you could argue whether or not Adderall is an intro track or not, but I think it's a full song. But I'm really glad that they decided to experiment a lot more on this album, rather than just continuing to do the same old. I mean, Dying Song and Chapeltown Rag are kind of like that, but I like that they at least tried to change it up a bit, and like songs like Finale, the last song on the album, which I really like. A lot of people probably be like, oh, it just sounds like Stone Sour, because I mean, yeah, it is more like hard rock focused, I guess. Like, it's not all out heavy fucking metal, but I don't care. Heirloom is probably my favorite non-single from the album. I really like it. Warranty is decent. Hive Mind is really good too. Medicine for the Dead. Acidic's kind of weird, but I like it. And I like Desad. I don't know. Yen is starting to grow on me. but I'm still not crazy about it. Like, I don't know, I just don't really listen to Slipknot for ballads, and that's what Yen is. It's like they tried to do like a heavier version of like almost like Snuff, but it's not nearly as like heart wrenching as Snuff. So I don't know. Again, the album hasn't been out for very long. Oh, H377, which I guess is supposed to be hell. like the numbers, it's supposed to say hell. I don't fucking know. But yeah, I like the end so far. But I think right now, I think B is a pretty comfortable spot for it. It might jump up to A tier, but probably not S. Especially you got classic albums like Self-Titled and Iowa, and obviously We Are Not Your Kind is incredible, in my opinion. So, yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about this ranking. Obviously, I'm a pretty diehard Slipknot fan, so... But I mean, who knows? My opinion's changed, sort of. I don't know. I feel like my opinions don't change that much, but I don't know. Just take this is my ranking of all the albums of when I record this, which is the day that End So Far comes out. So, yeah, that's about it. See ya.